Hey everyone, so this is what my bathroom looked like before this makeover. It was very dark and very old and outdated and nothing really matched. It all just looked like it was falling apart. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I did to make this bathroom look a lot more put together and presentable. The first thing that I did for myself was create this kind of mood board that basically laid everything out and gave me a good idea of where I was going with this bathroom. I decided on having all the colors be very warm and have gold be the accent color. I decided on the paint and everything just so that I can get a really good overview on what the bathroom was going to look like in the end. The first thing that I tackled were the cabinets. The cabinets were a horrible color. They did not even match the granite and they were very scratched up. So this was literally the number one thing that I wanted to work on. So I started off by taking off all the hardware from them and I sanded it all down with my electric sander using 220 grit sandpaper. And also at this point, I taped up any of the places where I didn't want paint to go. So that was like the inside of the drawers, beneath the granite, and any of the surrounding walls. I gave it a good wipe down and it was now ready for the coat of primer. So for the primer, I'm using the same thing as my previous video, and to apply it, I'm using a 2-inch angled synthetic brush. And I went ahead and just did one coat of this on the entirety of the cabinet. I recommend doing long and even strokes so that you can get the smoothest finish when it's dry. While painting on the primer, I noticed that some of the parts of the cabinet had some damaged, peeling pieces, and I did not want this to translate through the final color. So how I fixed this was I took some wood filler on my finger and pressed it into anywhere that was uneven, and I made sure that it was pressed into all of the little grooves and did that on everywhere where I saw it on the cabinet. And I let it dry for a few minutes and I went in with a sanding block and I just sanded it down so that it was smooth. And once I put another coat of primer on top of that, you could not see it at all. So that's how I fixed any previous damage that was on the cabinets. Now for the actual color, I am using a premium chalk paint. This is in the brand Dixie. I recommend a high quality paint like this one because these are cabinets that you're going to be looking at and using very often. I'm using it in the color chocolate with the same synthetic brush that I used for the primer, and I'm painting all in the same direction and trying to use long and even paint strokes so that everything is nice and smooth in the end. For the second coat of paint, what I did was poured a little bit into a container and then I added some water to it because we want to thin it out to make this last layer really smooth. Also because this layer does not have to provide as much coverage as the first one did. You can also take your spray bottle and use it directly on your furniture if that is more convenient for you. To protect all of our hard work that we just did, I'm using the same brand top coat in flat. I'm pouring some of that into a little container and then using a foam brush and dipping it into the container and gliding it onto the cabinets. This way you don't get any air bubbles and it allows you to add this top coat to protect it from any water damage or scratches or anything like that. Now for the hardware, I'm using these round gold knobs from Amazon. I just went ahead and installed those. And for the larger handles, these are also from Amazon. They're like these boxy squared gold handles. At this point, I also went ahead and painted our walls. I used the color Shoelace by Bear. It was like a perfect off-white, creamy color that went great with all the rest of the things in the bathroom. Now let's go ahead and talk about the flooring. So I went to Home Depot and I pulled out a bunch of samples of their vinyl peel and stick tiles, and it was a very hard decision, but the two that we were trying to narrow it down from were the taupe oak and the gray ash. We ended up going with the taupe oak because we thought that the other one would be a little bit too dark. In order to know how much I needed to buy, I went ahead and made a floor plan of the bathroom. Now, if you don't know how to do this, it's totally fine. It's not really a necessary step, but I went ahead and did that so I could find the square footage of my bathroom, which was 50 feet, which led me to buy 2 boxes of tiles for my bathroom. And I started preparing the floor. I cleaned it up so that it would stick properly to my floor. And if any of the pieces needed to be cut, I easily did so with a utility knife and a straight edge, and you just go over it a couple times until it eventually snaps. The process is pretty self-explanatory. You just go ahead and peel the backing off and then stick it on your floor, making sure that all the arrows on the back are facing the right way so that it looks nice and cohesive. The most tedious part of this process was probably trying to get all of the small curved edges cut out properly. It takes a little bit of technique, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Once I was done, I took something that is flat like this to go ahead and push down on all of the tiles and get rid of any of the air bubbles to make sure that it's very securely on my floor. Some other small things that I did around the bathroom was like spray painting this light fixture. I wanted everything to stay true to the gold theme, so I just protected the wall around it and spray painted this silver part gold. And I also bought some new light bulbs for this because the other ones were way too bulky. These are like clear and dainty, and they just match a lot better with the new gold light fixture. I also switched out this nasty silver faucet that we had for a gold one from Amazon. This one was really great. It was really good quality. I'll have it linked down below. I just went ahead and installed that again to have everything look very cohesive. So the shower door in the bathroom was something that always bothered me, so the solution that I came up with was to get a gold shower rod and put that up and then use some of these shower rings, and I hung up this linen curtain that is also from Amazon. It had these really pretty brown tones in there. I also installed a toilet paper hook that is also gold, as well as a towel rack that matched everything else. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.